You're listening to Clearview Today with Dr. Abadan Shah, the daily show that engages mind and heart for the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm Ryan Hill.
I'm John Galantis, and we are here once again live in the Clearview Today studio. It's midweek, and we are here to give you that extra boost to carry you through the rest of the week. We're going to give you some insight, we're going to give you some encouragement, going to give you a couple of laughs along the way. But right now, we have got to welcome our special guest today. You know him, you love him, you can't live without him. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dr. Questions back in the studio.
Dr. Question. Welcome. Or should I say, welcome?
Welcome. Are you welcome? You are most indeed welcome.
Funny, but for the past, I would say 20, 30 some years, a lot of people talk like this.
Mm-hmm. It is true. It's true.
Yeah.
And
so I was wondering if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I think I do.
Every question is interrogative.
I think I do. Right.
Every statement is interrogative.
Yeah.
Every statement is interrogative.
And then
you go up on the end of every sentence.
And then people get up and actually present to people like that too.
Yeah.
I used to do that, man. I used to do it thinking it makes you sound relatable. Man, it just makes you sound weak. I learned one of the
it makes you sound unsure, like you're asking.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are you
things,
telling me or asking me?
Seriously, one of the biggest things I learned from Dr. Shah, who's usually our host here on the show.
Sure.
And I keep trying to introduce you two guys. I wish y'all could get y'all in the same room at the same time.
One day.
But he taught me the power of just speaking down. You know, just when you end a sentence and you want to sound like you know what you're talking about, and you know what you're talking about, finish down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not,
behind it.
My name is Abadan Shah.
Right.
Is it?
I don't know.
Are you sure? I don't know.
I trust you.
My name is Abadan Shah.
That's right. That's right. It's got some weight behind it.
That's right.
Some gravitas.
That's right. Speaking of gravitas, the verse of the day today is coming from 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21. For he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might become the righteousness of God in him.
You know, Chris Tomlin did this verse some justice with one of the best worship songs of 2007, 2008, Jesus Messiah. He became sin, who knew no sin. But I think one thing that song also did was make this verse very, very familiar, almost to the point where it's a little more poetic than it is doctrinal. You know what I mean by that? Because we tell that to people. He became sin for us. We became sin who knew no sin. He did that for us. But man, that is a doctrinally rich verse.
Yeah.
What does that mean? He became sin for us.
That's one of the hardest to understand passages in the entire Bible. I forgot who that speaker was. I want to say it was G. Campbell Morgan, one-time pastor of Westminster Abbey, but maybe not. But he's the one who, well, not Westminster Abbey, Westminster Chapel.
Okay, G. Campbell Morgan.
G. Campbell Morgan. He was the predecessor to D. Martin Lloyd Jones, I believe. So anyways, he said at one time that this is one of those verses where when he reads it, he has a sense of awe, a sense of heaviness.
Right. Yeah.
Not heaviness as in a burden, but heaviness in the sense of, wow, that he became sin who knew no sin.
There's a gravity to
beautiful.
it. Yeah. It really is. And it's not that he became a sinner.
Right.
He didn't become
guilty
guilty of our sin
on our behalf.
Yeah. And we've been talking a lot these past few weeks really about what exactly is sin. You know, what is the flesh? What is this darkness that we wrestle with? And I want to encourage all of our listeners. You should go back and listen to this series that we've been going through on Romans, not only here at Clearview Church, but also on the Clearview Today show.
Yeah.
Today, taking a little break from the book of Romans, we got some lightning round questions that we're going to do. But first, I got to tell you guys of a hot take that I've got right now. I've come to this realization. This is the segment of our show where we talk about some unpopular opinions, a hill that we are pretty much willing to die on, and put it out there for the online community to die with us. This is a new take of mine. And I got to share it with you guys.
It's a fresh hot take.
This is a fresh hot take because I have recently changed my mind on this.
Okay.
I feel like we ought to go ahead and ban TikTok. I think TikTok ought to be gone. I'm going to go ahead and push the nuclear button, release the hounds, release the release the Kraken. I think it finally needs to be done.
No problem.
I'm not a good person when I'm on TikTok.
Why do you say that?
I'm angry. People rage bait on there so much. People say things that
just to aggravate you.
Just to aggravate me personally. Yes.
Yeah.
People they're not trolling, because typically trolling is like I'm trying to make you angry so that I can laugh at you being angry. People on TikTok want to make you angry because they're angry. They're resentful. women in particular are real bad about this on TikTok, where they'll blast men or they'll blast their husbands or whatever, and then everybody else gets angry. And I've been actually thinking about this a lot, how this just works online. I have a problem where I'm chronically online, and I don't feel like I'm a good person when I am. I deleted my Reddit account years ago. When Holden was born, I deleted my Reddit account, and I've been happier ever since. I think TikTok replaced that vacuum.
I can 100% see that. I am on a different side of TikTok, I feel like, and maybe this is because I've actually gone in like, please don't show me content like this. Please don't show me content like this. But most of my TikTok is like cooking videos.
Yeah.
That's a lot of what my TikTok is, but I don't watch it a ton.
Here on
but I understand what you're saying.
Well, here on the Clearview Today show, we did a segment where I talked about leaving the groceries outside, and I posted that as a TikTok.
Yeah.
And my inbox got flooded. I'm talking about like 100,000 views.
Really?
7,000 to 8,000 comments of angry women.
Yeah, not in support of the video. They were just ready to
they
fight.
were angry, telling me that my wife was going to divorce me. I would never see it coming. Telling me I was a terrible husband. I was teaching my kids.
So for the benefit of those like me, tell me a little bit about what you posted.
I posted a clip from this show.
Okay.
Where Ryan and I, and you were in there too. It was talking about how it was a "Did I do that" segment. The "Did I do that" where I said that, hey, the groceries came. I told Ellie, I'll get the groceries in just a few minutes. I was playing a video game with Gavin, and I forgot about them. And about 30 minutes later, she asked me to get them in. I was like, oops, I forgot them, and then went and got them in. It was supposed to be like a ha-ha
Did I
moment.
do that? I lost track of time.
Posted it on TikTok, and people, like a lot of women, bitter, resentful women, lost their minds, got really angry, started sending me direct messages, all this.
Must
all
be
this
Democrats.
Stuff. They were all Democrats, dude.
Most of TikTok. Most of TikTok is Democrats.
Yeah, it is. I feel like I'm not even talking about the whole like Byte, that company ByteDance that owns them, that takes all your information, sells it to China or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not even like yeah, that's bad enough. It's just not a good place, and I think I'm gonna delete it.
You're done with TikTok?
I think I'm done.
Well, years ago, somebody told me not to get an account, so I never did. So I do not have a TikTok account. I can easily do it. I can do it right now. But I just felt like, okay, that's one social media I do not need, and it's not going to benefit me at all. It's not going to really help me make an impact in the world. Now, we do have TikTok as a Clearview account.
Yes.
And I think there's a TikTok in my name.
Abadan Shah PhD. That's where we post clips of this show.
Right,
Yeah.
but for the benefit of our listeners, viewers, I'm not the one posting it.
Yeah, we've got a team.
Yeah.
We've got a team. And a lot of that is done by AI now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So somebody else is taking my content and putting it out there.
Yes.
So don't think he must have a lot of time on his hand because he's over here posting on all these
No, it's automated.
websites or in all these social media platforms. I'm not doing it.
That's right. That's
I
right.
don't even have an account.
Yeah, but I think that's honestly for the best. It's not a good. I think it's a good place to get your message out there. It's not a good place to engage with people, and I think I'm gonna stop. You heard it here first. I'm done. I think honestly, President Trump should have banned it.
Personally, I'm proud of you
Thank you.
because unless using it for something good like automated, feeds or posts or whatever. I don't know what they call them on TikTok.
They're just I don't know what they call them either. They're not ticks. They're not talks.
Yeah. It's a TikTok. Like you post.
Yeah, you post a TikTok. Yeah.
Okay, you post TikTok.
Yeah.
So unless you're trying to go there and post a TikTok on your own, each one like, let me post a message. But if you have videos and reels from other places and you're posting them there, for you, of course, yeah, that's fine. But
Yeah.
if not, get off.
I'm getting off. I think I'm gonna delete it. It's not making me happy. It makes me like I understand internet trolls.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I used to be an internet troll myself, where like you say something that's gonna press people's buttons, and then you're like, haha, look how mad they are. But these are people who are just angry, and they want you to be angry too.
Wow.
So I think I'm done. That's my hot take. That's my hot take. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
You got Illuminate or you got Ryan Hill?
No, I have my own TikTok.
But you do the cooking videos. Send me some.
That's what it's on my For You page.
Send me some cooking videos, man.
and people doing silly stuff.
All I got is angry women.
I'll send you some lighthearted.
Angry liberal women.
That's funny.
All right, we need to get into lightning round questions. So, Ryan, do you want to explain what lightning round is?
I would love to. So, lightning round questions are where we take an episode of the show and we, in lightning round style, so very rapid fire, submit some questions to Dr. Questions. Some of these are user submitted. Some of these come from John and myself. But it's a chance for you to hear the heart and mind of the host of your Clearview Today show.
That's right. Dr. Questions, what is something that you want deeply but are hesitating or maybe even holding off? Maybe hesitating is not a great word. What's something you're holding off to pursue?
I don't know. That's a great question. What's something you want deeply?
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
Maybe
anything.
your second PhD?
Yeah, but I'm not hesitant to pursue it. It just needed a little time.
Just need time to get it.
Yeah, because I'm very close to narrowing down the subject.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few appointments to make with people. Once I've done that, I'll be ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that would be the difference between being hesitant or hesitating.
Hesitating is probably not
Yeah.
the right word.
Yeah.
Maybe what is something you
It's not
want
that you're
deeply,
reluctant to do it.
but now is not the time.
Yeah, that would be one
That
of
would be
those.
one? Gotcha.
Now, as in like right now or this fall of 2025 is not the best time, but 2026, I'm very confident that 2026 will be the year.
Wow. That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
I'll jump back in the ring.
Do you want to say what field you're or you want to wait and get it more?
I want to
firmed
wait
up?
and get a little bit more on firmer ground.
Gotcha.
Before I put that out there.
Understood.
Next question. How do you recognize the voice of God in your life?
I would say the voice of God never contradicts his word.
Good point.
That's one of the basic ways to check and to determine whether or not what you're hearing or what you're feeling is coming from God.
Mm-hmm.
If it's contradictory to the word of God, to the Bible, anywhere in the Bible, then it's not the voice of God. God is not going to say one thing and then expect something else.
I can imagine as a pastor, you've counseled people who have struggled with that, who thought that the voice of God. I thought that because, as a teenager, when I got saved, I had read stories in the Bible where God spoke to someone. And then I actually spoke to people who were like, oh, yeah, God spoke to me and told me this. And I thought, okay, that's what Christians hear a
what
voice.
happens, yes.
They hear like a voice inside their head. And I never once have heard the
Right.
voice of God. Do you ever have people who think that?
That they hear the voice of God?
Or that God is going to speak directly to them?
Oh yeah, all the time. People feel like, well, God told me, and some of the things they're saying God told them, I can just say that's not true. But most of the time, I don't tell them that unless it's like detrimental to their health or whatever. I will not. I'll just be like, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, God told me to leave my spouse and
Yeah.
And
you know,
pursue
start
this-
another life over here with this person.
Golly.
They're like, oh no.
Yeah.
Now, if they're telling me like, hey, I'm in an abusive relationship, it's really, really bad. Of course, I would say, yeah, God does not want you to get beat up or
Right.
have this pain inflicted on you. So maybe you need to look for some help.
Yeah.
And any way I can help you, please let me know. But it's like, oh, I'm not in love anymore. I'm just not happy. I just haven't been happy for a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a good follow up. If you could ask God one question and get a direct, audible answer, what question would you ask?
Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's a
That's
good
a-
one.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
If you could ask God one question, get a direct, audible answer, what would it be? No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't have one.
that's a hard one.
That's a great question.
That is.
Great question, by the way.
Next question. What do you value more now than you did 10 years ago?
Nicole,
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
I value her more now than I did 10 years ago.
that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
Absolutely. The longer I live, the longer I'm married to Nicole, I know how wonderful she is and how perfectly God has designed her to be that partner in life. So, yeah, of course, I loved her very much when we first got married. I loved her very much as we began this journey together, whether it was at seminary in Wake Forest or being a pastor in Henderson, North Carolina. But the longer I live, the more I see how much God knew exactly who I needed.
That's awesome.
Something-
Shout out Nicole.
Yeah, shout out Nicole, and I'd like to say something there because you inspire me a lot. You do something with your wife that I don't see a lot of husbands do. I see it very much the opposite way, but I never see it that you challenge your wife. You challenge Nicole. You know what I
To
mean?
a
And-
fight?
Yeah, no, not to a fight, but like
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
like typically the narrative is the woman is fine. She's already arrived by the
Right.
time she's born virtuous. She's born perfect. I'm being a little facetious,
right.
but her job is to make the husband a better man.
Yeah.
That's the narrative, and which is fine,
Right,
sure, fine.
right.
But I never see husbands saying, "You need to go back to school. You need
Yeah.
to better yourself. You
Yeah.
need to improve. You need to." And it's
Yeah.
not in a way that you're not enough, but it's like I know how much potential you have within you,
Now-
and I don't see husbands talk to their wives.
Before people get angry with me, I even challenge her to go to the gym.
Yeah,
And now, please don't throw rocks through your phone and your radio station at me. The reason I do that is because, hey, you'll have better energy.
yes,
You will feel better about yourself.
Yeah.
Let's go to the gym. And she's had a busy season with internship and finishing up her masters and reading. I mean, she reads everything. Like in her, like when I was assigned like textbooks, like you're gonna read 3 textbooks and these are the readings. I would pick out the one that I really liked and really was, like this is gonna help me. Read it all the way. The others, I would skim through them.
yeah.
Nicole is not like that.
She's gonna read the whole thing.
She's gonna read the whole thing.
Wow.
So it was very busy season. But I told her, I said, once it's over, you need to go.
Yeah,
Why? I was like, because you need to take care of your health.
yeah. You'll feel better.
You'll feel better. You take care of your health. And the older you get, the more chances, and trust me, I know from personal experience, the more chances of diabetes, cholesterol, all these things just come looking for you.
True.
The more active you can be now, the better it will be for you then.
100%.
And eat better, like eat more salad. Nicole doesn't like salads.
Really?
I mean, have you seen her loving salads?
I see her eat them, but I said I never-
Eating and loving are not the
Yeah,
same
fair
thing.
enough. Fair enough.
But here's the funny thing. She was loving salads even before I ever got into them.
What changed? She just don't like them no more.
I mean, it's just like, I just, no, I don't. So I'm like, so now I'm eating salad because I have to. Okay. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like I'm in love with salads, but I have to. So many times we start sitting down ready to eat. I'm like, you can get some salad? What? I'm like, I'm eating salad. Do you want to get some?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I'm on a weight loss thing right now where like I'm in the gym 4 times a week and I've cut my calories down to 1,900. Ellie's
Right.
like, oh, I'm in the last stages of pregnancy. I'm not only eating cookies every night, but I'm eating them in the bed. I'm like, Ellie, can you please just, if you're going to do that, will you at least take it on out of here?
Put a clothespin on your nose. so you
Yeah,
can't
she'll
smell
be
it.
bringing like steak, baked potato, bring it in the bed with all sorts of butter and salt
Oh
and
my
stuff. I'm
gosh.
like, I'm over here eating this little tiny little meal
In
prep.
The bed is
When you're done
in
with
the
your
bed.
knife, give it
Wow.
to me so I can chop my foot off.
I know, right? So I
Let's
can
go ahead and
just
start on this.
plunge it right into my kidney. Is there a question that you wish more people asked you?
Is there a question you wish more people asked you, and what is it? Oh, wow. That's a great question. The question most people, I don't know. These questions are really, really, really good.
Yeah, they're good. These are good questions.
Wow.
If you want, we can move on to the next one. You can think about that.
Let me
one a
think
little
on
more.
that.
All right,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
let's move on to the next one. What's a failure or setback that ended up becoming a blessing?
So, coming to Clearview in 1999, and I came in 1998 as a youth pastor, 99 as a pastor, and then I put together a plan before our executive committee, which is pretty much the church. You know, there was only like 12 people. So, on how we can grow, how this church can really blossom, and they shot it down. I mean, they just like completely destroyed it. And at the time, it felt like it was a huge setback. It was a failure. It was either failure on my part or failure on their part to follow God. Either way, it was a big failure, or so I thought. But what I didn't realize is God had to prepare me to be the person who would help lead the church through that transition, through that change.
Yeah.
And that took time. So, I mean, do the math from 1999 till 2025. How many years is that?
Maybe 26,
26
right?
years.
Yeah. So I had to grow.
Wow.
And so what I thought was a setback was actually a blessing. God was preparing me to grow.
Amen. I love that. What have you learned about yourself in the last year that surprised you?
Learn about myself.
Or maybe in just the recent past. Maybe it doesn't have to be this past year.
Wow. That's a great question again. What have you learned about yourself in the last year that surprised you? I would say that I'm able to see the bigger picture on life.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I ever abandoned God's calling, vision, or the principles that I began with, but I'm able to see the bigger picture of how God is working in my life and my family, all of that. I'm able to step back and see that, and I thought I would never see it. I thought I would become bitter.
Do you think that's something that comes necessarily with age? Like what I mean by that is we know that there are some people who, no matter how much they age, they don't mature. They can't see the bigger picture of life.
Right.
But then with younger people who are like, I want to see the bigger picture, but I can't see past the right now. Is there any answer for them other than just wait? And as you get older, you'll see it.
I would say prayer. If I could add anything to that answer, it would be pray. If anything that surprised me is how God answers prayers. Some of the prayers that I prayed, God answered them in ways that I didn't expect, and then I had to sort of taper my prayers.
Right.
So I would say, yeah, learn about myself, that I can see the big picture, but also I can see the power of prayer.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Who believed in you before you believed in yourself?
I would say my parents. My parents and my grandmother.
That's a good
Mom,
good
dad, grandmother. I mean, on a very early age, they would tell me how smart I am. They would tell me how I was different in a good way. And so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
And I was very diligent in what I did and very focused, very hardworking. Starting from right first grade, because I went to kindergarten as well, but kindergarten did not have this class ranking. But starting in the first grade on, there were class ranks. I mean, you were given a badge, like a round badge to put on your tie, and it read first in class.
Wow.
Yeah, and so first exam or first semester, I come home with a first in class badge on my tie, and I showed it to my parents. Look at this. And they're like, "What is that? Wow, we didn't see that with Fred." that was their first statement. Fred, did you? You didn't.
Fred come in.
I don't know.
No, I never got one of those.
I got it for first in class to get in trouble.
Was he a troublemaker in school, or just kind of a normal
yeah,
kid?
he was.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Two educators raising a child can be like tough, or it can be like they can get away with murder. So, but that was awesome to see my parents. They already saw that, but then they would encourage me. They say, you're gonna do great things.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And so that helped a lot.
Yeah.
So even though when I was not doing great things, when I was in college, when I came to America, the first couple of years I was in my bachelor's, I was sort of disillusioned, clueless. So I was just wandering,
Right.
just kind of, just like a tumbleweed.
But that foundation of belief and trust that they had
It came
in you-
back.
Yeah,
It came back.
I love it.
And
Well,
so-
check it out.
Oh, by golly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look at the girl. Look at the girl on the left.
Yeah,
next to the
she's
nun.
not
she's
happy.
Angry.
They cannot find her.
They can't find her. She's gone.
That's a day.
So prefect
she
is a
is
real
gone.
thing. I thought that was like a Harry Potter thing, but
No.
prefect is a real
I
thing.
mean, British school, that's where they got it.
A prefect.
Yeah.
But you didn't see it. By the way, that's got nothing to do with the rainbow.
Yeah, that's a
Unfortunate situation. 30 years, 40 years ago, we didn't know.
for our audio only listeners. This is a picture of Dr. Shah as head boy. Is that your senior year? That your last year? Of school?
Yes, a head boy of 4 houses: the yellow, red, green, and blue.
That's hence
that's-
the
and
rainbow
there's
sash.
extra colors.
And those are the prefects of those different houses. Let's see. I don't know what happened to green. Green
Yeah,
disappeared.
the green
gone.
girl's not there.
Green
The green
is
is-
Gone. Sorry about
Green, something happened there.
Do you remember those? Do you remember those girls?
Oh yeah, some of them are friends with me on Facebook.
Oh, okay,
I think
not the head girl.
no, she's not. The funniest thing about that picture is Sister Lena.
Go back to the yeah.
Yeah. Just the way she's sitting and her habit, I guess, what do we call it? It looks like she's holding my hand.
Yeah, it looks
But
like
it's
her
not.
hand is. It looks like her hand is down there holding yours.
It does.
But it's
look
not.
like that a little bit.
Do you see Nicholas in Dr. Shaw's face?
Absolutely.
You do?
Yeah.
I do too.
100%.
I can see Thomas.
You see-
I can see Thomas too in like the structure of your face.
Yeah.
But
I see Nicholas in the
Nick's
look.
got your eyes.
I see Nicholas in the look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the other picture that we have over here, this one came from a bright idea I had. Get all the troublemakers and make them school hall monitors. Because if you give all the inmates,
So are they all troublemakers
all
except
of
for
them,
you?
look at them. I mean, what do you think?
But your tie is different than all theirs, right? Is
Of
that the
course,
head boy
because
tie?
I'm the head boy tie. Yeah. Plus stuff. I think I had the first in class badge on or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, I am the man.
Yeah, green is not there either. Greenhouse, I don't know. That's like the Slytherin. They were gone.
They were
It's falling behind.
infested with envy, I guess. I don't know.
So what happened? You were like, we're having problems at the school. We're gonna have all the troublemakers be like the cops. We're gonna have the prisoners run the jail.
Yeah. Well, how do you think that would work, guys, folks? If you let all the inmates run the prison, now maybe they will rise up to the challenge and become great people. These didn't.
Is that the mother
not what
superior?
happened
Is
here.
that the mother superior in the middle?
Yeah. Well, she was not a mother superior. She was just
one of the sisters.
Sister.
When
Who was a principal?
when you
Mother superior is a higher position.
got you.
At our convent school, we had a mother superior, and then after she was transferred to another school in a whole different region, we didn't have one for a while. And I think later on they ended up having a mother superior after I left.
When you presented this idea to her, was she like, okay, yeah, I think that sounds good? What like
Yeah,
were
yeah,
they,
yeah.
So everybody was on board.
Yes.
How long did it take to fall through?
Oh, I knew it the first week. This was
This
a mistake.
was a bad decision.
Because when they're walking the hallway doing things, goofing off, you're like, now,
We got
boy.
That's just a good reminder that teenagers are teenagers the world over.
Exactly.
All right, we got time for one more question. I think it's the perfect question to end on. With that in mind, Dr. Shaw,
Yeah.
Dr. Questions, what is spiritual maturity?
Not laughing at people. Oh my goodness.
That's funny.
I would say a true mark of spiritual maturity is humility, I would say.
Amen.
And what I mean by humility is not just walking around kind of hunched over. Humility is recognizing that God is in charge, and everything you are and you have is because of the grace of God.
That's right.
I believe that is true spiritual maturity.
Amen.
And I can give scriptures to back that up. Humble yourself under the mighty hand of God, and He will raise you up. Raise you up. I consider that as being mature, not raise you up as in make you big and powerful. No, raise you up as in make you mature, make you somebody that others can emulate. And that happens only when you humble yourself and recognize it as God. Everything is Him.
Amen. Dr. Questions, thank you so much for being
I'm
on the
just
show
going to give
today.
you a good round of applause. Thank you for being here with us. Well, I would.
You were going to give him a round of
I would,
applause, and
but
then
it's
that
all
didn't
good.
happen.
It's all good. It's all good. I'll just give you one myself.
There you go. Fantastic. Fantastic. Guys, if you enjoyed today's episode, or if you have a question you'd like to submit for a future episode of Lightning Round Questions, write in and let us know, 252-582-5028. Dr. Questions will be happy to take your question on the air and answer that on the episode of the
That's
show.
right. That's right.
Big thank you to our sponsors for making today's episode possible. And don't forget that you can support us by subscribing to the show on iTunes if you want to re-listen. And you can always support us financially at clearviewtodayshow.com. John, what are we leaving the listeners with today?
Definitely want to let you know we are going live on May the 23rd, 7 p.m. That's very soon, by the way.
just a few days.
It's just a few days away from now. 7 to 9 p.m. is part of our 24-hour prayer vigil here at Clearview Church. We're going to be doing a live stream. We want you guys to call in, 252-582-5028. You can call in between those hours. We would love to be able to pray with you, anybody in your life who needs prayer. Also want to let you know that Dr. Shaw's follower count is really, really close to 5K. Not quite there yet. We're looking for those last few followers to come in and give us the 5K before the end of the week. We're going to send you 5K if you do that. No, it's not true. We're not going to send you any money.
John might.
But hey, thank you for all. Hey, I'll write you a check. But thank you for all of those who are pledging to support us financially. Every single month, we are seeing more and more donors. We appreciate that. We want to let you know that everything that you do is to support us, and as we are spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ through this show. So thank you for your support.
That's right. And invite a friend to jump on pray.com. It is a fast-growing platform. You got access to lots of great
19
content,
million Christians.
including Dr. Shaw's content, not just the Clearview Today show, not just his messages, but lots of original content for pray.com. So if you haven't already, make sure you download the pray.com app.
That's right.
And follow along with Dr. Shaw. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Clearview Today.